Today we're going to look at several of the trails, hiking trails that there are in the Arthur R. Marshall Loxahatchee National Wildlife Refuge. We'll start with the Marsh Trail, which is a 0.8-mile loop. It's short, but it's a hike in the sense that it's open, there's no shade, so it's more difficult than some much longer hikes in Florida natural areas that are more wooded. And you see lots of birds and interesting plant life on this Marsh Trail. And here's a brief description coming up of the different kinds of birds you see. Water birds and wading birds are the most common birds you see, by the way, out here. And a lot of the natural areas in the neighborhood of Loxahatchee National Wildlife Refuge are great for birding. So I would also recommend Green Cay wetlands, Loxahatchee wetlands, among others. Some of the best birding sites in the peninsula of Florida. Some great birding areas in the Panhandle, maybe better in the Panhandle than in the peninsula. But in terms of the peninsula, I think some of the best areas are in and around the Everglades, particularly in southern Palm Beach County, believe it or not. And this is still the Marsh Trail. The entire loop. There's an observation deck as well. So we're going to look at the Canoe Trail next, and the Canoe Trail runs from the main entrance to the refuge in Boynton Beach to Parkland, to the entrance in Parkland on Loxahatchee Road. No motorized vessels. It's for canoes, kayaking, etc. And you will see many alligators on this trail and lots of open water. So in addition to your typical swamp areas, you also see a lot of open lakes. There's also a levee trail, which you can hike toward the entrance from Southern Boulevard, the northern entrance, from Boynton towards that area. That is actually near the town of Loxahatchee, Royal Palm Beach area. And this is a very marshy, again, open trail, kind of a hike. I've never, quite frankly, done the whole thing. So, but it's very much this sort of scenery you see that whole way. So let's move on to the Cypress Swamp Boardwalk, which is a boardwalk, so it's not really a hiking trail, but can serve the same purpose. See lots of wading birds there, and a really neat cypress swamp that you can walk through. Much of Palm Beach and Broward County, east of a certain point, looked like this at one point in time before massive human development. Also have to caution, it depends what time of the year you go and how much rainfall there's been. As to how good the swamp will look. I've gone at times when it's been very dry and it just looks like a forest. Then if you go after a lot of rain or you go during the rainy season, it looks this bright and vibrant. So these are all the different things you can do in terms of hiking and walking around, and canoeing and kayaking also around Loxahatchee National Wildlife Refuge. Thanks for watching.